That sealant, that's going to fail within the first 5 years.
You're just like setting yourself up for long-term expenses. And we know the two things that are true about roofing, right? It always goes up and up, and it never gets better. It gets worse and worse.
These solar panels are fairly new, but it's the end of the line for them. We're taking them off, throwing them in the trash, and here's why. These panels had major issues from day one, and that's because the contractor did a horrible job with the install. Take a look at the mounts that they use for these solar panels.
Pretty standard of what we see.
They had 2 lag bolts screwed into the beams and then just put silicone over them. You could even see the rust right there. In the end, the client opted to just throw these things away and start from scratch with a brand new solar system.
Yeah, that's what we're running into a lot now, is what we would call like a re-solar, right? I think we've got a couple hundred panels sitting in the yard that we took off of old houses. So
we see these types of installs all the time, especially from the major solar companies. They say that they keep it in-house, but they're subcontracting out. So we see quality, it definitely is not there. And then each one of those penetration points, they fail in a pattern. Where does the sun get the most exposure? To the least. So it's going to be south side, east side, west side. And I tease Chris saying, we're not the bearer of bad news, we're the adjuster of expectations. The original installer should have done what's right, made sure that you had a great foundation, because roofing itself is a system, so is solar. You might be able to get away with an install like that with no issues for a couple of years, but then whatever they use to seal with, that sealant, that's going to fail within the first 5 years.
yeah, I just had somebody from church. They had a system done by somebody else, of course. There was a responsible solar contractor. They got a roofing contractor to come in and re-roof the house, so they did that. Didn't have them do the standoffs. They got the solar company to come out, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, what about the broken tiles? But that's the other company, so I don't know. I guess we could call them for you and find out about that.
Yeah, that's another great reason why August Roofing and Solar is such a great resource for individuals, either in this case or when you're looking to do solar to do it right. We keep everything in-house. We're as vertically integrated as we can be. And then beyond that, something that I love that T says constantly is we trust physics over chemistry.
We trust the flashing that goes up and under the shingle or up and under the tile more than just sealant, where the water is going to keep running up against that sealant until it's gone. We do flashings with sealant underneath, mastic, which is like a hardcore roofing tar. Try to get that out of your pants and you'll know. We seal everything properly start to finish, install the solar correctly and do the electrical correctly.
Yeah, it's just hard to believe that people, will talk to them about making sure that their roof's up to the same area or longevity of panels, but they'll not. They'll say, I know my roof's only 10 years old, but let's put that on. And you're just like setting yourself up for long-term expenses. Again, should have hired August Roofing and Solar, so that way you don't have to worry.